My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. We break down full UFC fight cards every single week, giving you our picks, predictions, our bets, and our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And if you want $50 free, go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. We have 5 different betting partners who all offer their own promotions, their own matches, and their own giveaways. And then on top of that, after you sign up and after you make a deposit, we send you $50 however you want it. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, WeWantPicks.com/bets. Next up, at UFC 275, we have Glover Teixeira defending his belt against Jiri Prochazka. Glover Teixeira is 33-7 overall, 5-0 in his last 5, riding a 3-fight stoppage streak and is coming into his first title defense. Jiri Prochazka is 28-3 overall, 5-0 in his last 5, riding a 10-fight stoppage streak that spans 6 years. Before I dive in, full disclosure, I am very biased here. I know Glover personally. I have known him personally for a stupid long time, like literally since the early 2000s. I'm from Connecticut. He has spent his entire, however, 20 years in Connecticut or something stupid. And you know how we talk about the Angelo sandwich and the sandwich that they named after me at the deli because I coached the kids and all that shit? Glover worked at that deli. And he was training with his jiu-jitsu coach, and his jiu-jitsu coach needed a new place to train, new facilities. They came to me and the other wrestling coach saying, hey, can we use the wrestling gym after school? And if we do, you can do jiu-jitsu for free. And that's how I met Glover, through that, and Luigi, my jiu-jitsu coach. So I've known him for a very long time, could not be a better human being. Therefore, I am biased, but I'm going to put that aside. And straight up, this analysis, I'm going to shoot it straight. We'll see. We'll see. And if you watch any of the UFC 275 promos, you know just how decorated Glover Teixeira is. I was actually surprised watching last week's fight night, some of the stats and records that he holds. He holds records for both the amount of knockouts in his division, the amount of submissions in his division, and he holds longevity records, lots and lots of records at light heavyweight, to the point where on paper, you could argue he's one of the best light heavyweights to ever do it. Obviously, that's a very hard argument. That's a very decorated weight class. But my point is, the records he holds are very, very impressive. He has a Mike Tyson striking style where really tight guard, and then he comes in, blasts over the top. He has incredible strength, and he uses that strength for his wrestling and his grappling. He explodes in the combinations when he's striking, and then he transitions to his wrestling from there. Early in his career, he was known as a striker who had a BJJ black belt. But lately, he's become a grappler who just has a ton of power in his hands. He took down Jan twice, Thiago Santos 4 times, Anthony Smith once, but he only needed to do it once, all in fights where he got stoppages because of the grappling pressure. And yes, he's 42 years old, but somehow his chin has found a second life. And Glover Teixeira is the UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. Jiri Prochazka is an actual crazy person and incredibly fun to watch. He's a dangerous striker with pretty much all 28 of his wins coming by stoppage. He's only had 2 fights in the UFC, but both of them were spectacular second-round knockouts that earned him Fight of the Night bonuses. The knock on Jiri is how hittable he is. He is hit with almost 7 significant strikes per minute. That's an insanely high number. His chin has been pretty solid, and it is holding up. He has no issues whatsoever standing in the pocket and just taking one to give one. He has been training with Henry Cejudo for this camp, and I imagine it's to help his grappling as well, because he only has a 50% takedown defense, and Dominic Reyes, who's not a very good wrestler, had 0 issues taking down Jiri Prochazka. And right now, Jiri's sitting at a 2-1 favorite, and I totally understand why people like him so much in this fight, but I completely disagree. And yes, I am biased. You got that full disclosure ahead of time. But if you look at them at fighters and you look at their strengths, you look at their weaknesses, you look at their bodies of work, I just don't see Jiri as the winner. Anyone picking Jiri, you obviously think he knocks Glover out. That is literally his only path to victory, is he's going to knock out Glover. Glover's 42 years old, and his chin's gone. But that was the exact same narrative against, for the on fight. And not only did Glover's chin not have any issues, but he dropped Jan in that fight. Everyone remembers it was a submission win, and even the UFC promos are only talking about Glover's grappling, but the dude has hands. He hits like a truck. He has 18 knockouts, not to mention the fact that he averages more than 2 takedowns per fight, and he has the record for most submission wins at light heavyweight. So yes, I am biased, but Glover has multiple paths to victory. He can knock out Jiri. It's impossible to assume that it's ridiculous to assume that he can't. He can absolutely take Jiri down. Dominic Reyes did it, no problem. So he has multiple paths to victory going into this battle. He's a battle-tested vet. I've got money line on Glover at plus 170. I think he gets it done, but obviously, Jiri Prochazka has the power, the unorthodox striking, the youth, the speed. Glover's not the fastest. Jiri Prochazka can get this done, but I think the line is disrespectful. Dude has 2 fights in the UFC, been taken down, no problem. Glover Teixeira's taken everybody down and has hands. Glover Teixeira is absolutely my pick. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, let me just start off with saying I am not biased. I don't know Glover, unfortunately, but I do love Glover. I mean, how can you – who does not love Glover? The guy seems like the greatest dude in the world. You watch all the countdowns, the embeddeds, everything. He's wrestling around with I just said his name. My brain's going crazy now. Mike Brown. Matt Brown. Yeah. Was grappling around with him. Listen, if you are in the comments, if you are thinking in your mind, oh, Glover has no shot. There's no way Glover's win. You are an absolute clown. You have no idea. You are a casual if you think that Glover has no shot in this match, because the path to victory is very, very clear. If he can get his hands on Jiri, he will take him down and he will probably submit him. If he isn't able to get his hands on Jiri, as Angelo mentioned, he has real power. I don't think he's going to flatline KO him, but he could easily hurt him into a situation where he could get his hands on him, and then the submission is there. You saw Dominic Reyes gave Jiri everything he had, and obviously Jiri, his chin held up. But there was a one exchange where Jiri was running away from Dominic Reyes because he got hurt. He was hurt, and that's Dominic Reyes. Glover is more powerful than Dominic Reyes. And even when Dominic Reyes was on his back, he hit Jiri with an up kick that was a flash knockout. He knocked out Jiri. He didn't realize he did it, but it was a boom. And then as he hit Reyes, he woke back up, and he was in a good position after they went straight to full mount. But Jiri can get hit. He is not this world beater, invincible guy that people think that, like, I think that people compare him, and I mentioned this to you earlier, Angelo, was people see him as like this Hamzat guy where he's just like invincible. Nobody can touch him. You're not going to knock out Jiri. He gets hit, and he got hurt in his last fight. And if Glover hits him, he could be in trouble. With that said, Angelo, if this was Dominic Reyes, I think Glover absolutely runs through Dominic Reyes, because it's a little bit more of an orthodox type guy. Glover knows where the shots are coming from. The high guard works. He can still take down a Dominic Reyes and control him on the ground. I put submission. You can get submission bets on Glover right now for plus 1,000. Glover by submission is plus 350. If you go to the rounds, I put round 1, round 2 submission bets on Glover. It's plus 1,100, plus 1,400 for submission bets for Glover, because I think that if he's able to either take him down, he can submit him very easily, or if he hurts him, then he can get the takedown and submit him. I don't see him just flatline KOing Jiri. I hope he does. I'm going to be rooting for Glover. I mean, I'm absolutely rooting for Glover. No offense against Jiri, but it's just how unorthodox that Jiri is. I think that's where Glover's going to have issues. The shots that are coming at such weird angles with the weird footwork, I think that Glover is going to struggle with that unorthodox style, and the strikes are going to be there, unfortunately. I absolutely hope that I am wrong. I hope that Glover comes out and shows that he's still the guy that he was able to show off in the Jan fight. Shows the power, shows that he can take a shot. Let me eat a shot, give back a shot, get the takedown, submit this guy, and is still the champion. In the embeddeds, Glover looks fantastic. He looks fast. I mean, watch him hit pads. He looks fast. He looks great. I just think the unorthodox style and the weird angles from those strikes are going to give him a little bit of an issue. So we've seen Glover have chin issues in the past. It seems like he's kind of shored those up lately. I hope and pray that he does in this matchup. I want Glover to win, but unfortunately, I'm going to pick Jiri in this matchup.
Listen, I'm not going to... I outlined very clearly why I think Glover wins. Very clear paths for both of these men. I just think, battle-tested vet that has been in there with some of the best on the planet over the last 15 years over this young, surging up-and-comer. The best thing that could ever happen to Jiri is probably losing this fight, honestly. Go back, plug up holes, and see what happens. So we'll see. We're on opposite sides of this, but Glover will be in my DraftKings lineup, $7,300, and he's that live for a stoppage because takedown submission is very, very possible. $8,900. If you think Jiri knocks out Glover Teixeira, then he obviously should be in your lineup.
This is definitely one of those. Yeah, I have Jiri in my lineup. This is definitely one of those pick your side and put them in your lineup because the over/under for this is only 1.5 rounds for a 5-round title fight. I have the submission wins or the submission bets for Glover round 2. I also have KO TKO bets for Jiri round 1, round 2. So I think it's over inside of 2.
Nope, absolutely. Pick your side, go for it. Monkey Knife Fight strike line, less for sure. But don't even worry about the strike line. Monkey Knife Fight has something called Knockout Kings. You pick any three fighters to win by KO or TKO, and you can win money. You pick any 3. Both of these guys, you can double it up. They should be in there. Glover could absolutely get the takedown TKO. Jiri, I don't want to say it out loud. And then throw in Manel Kopp or Dana Bagarai, somebody like that, and you will guaranteed cash. WeWantPicks.com/MKF. Sign up, make a deposit. They will instantly match it. And if you want $50 for free, all you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. You sign up, you make a deposit, and I send you $50 as a thank you.
And everyone, right now, before you leave, please like the stream. We have 100 and some people in here. Like the stream. If you guys are new, you like the content, please subscribe. Become a member if you really like it. And we're excited about this card, man. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a good card.
Absolutely. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you Saturday before the fights.